By Nike, I'm Scott Hanson. Within the past 24 hours, in a response to the coronavirus spreading across the country, the NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, the NCAA, and more, virtually every sports league currently playing in the United States has suspended activity. Perhaps the biggest and most stunning announcement came within the past couple of hours. The NCAA basketball tournament, March Madness, has been canceled. The NCAA saying the decision is based on an effort to try and stop the spread of the pandemic. Now, the NFL is the only major American sports league currently not in season, but it has been impacted. We have multiple reports tonight with Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero, and Mike Garafolo. Ian, we begin with you. The NFL's next mass gathering is the NFL Draft, 42 days from tonight. What do we know at this hour about the draft?
As of right now, the draft is still scheduled to go on, still in Las Vegas. There's been no changes of any kind to that, which is currently scheduled. However, what the league has done, not just today, but really over the last several days, more than a week, is go over some contingency plans. So yes, the draft is slated to go on, but in what actual form is certainly a question. Will there be fans there? Will it be a big-time return to sports moment for the NFL if the nation gets over this virus in that time? Or will there be no fans? Will it be in a different location? Potentially, will it be conducted by conference call? All these things are options, still a long time away, but something the NFL is trying to get a handle on and figure out which direction to go. Meanwhile, they did cancel one league event. The annual meetings, which were slated to go on in a couple weeks in Florida, were canceled. A lot of the big league business, including some rules changes, are going to be decided in May in California, Tom. But obviously, that is not the only big news from today.
Ian, 15 teams have now put out statements about their plans and precautions about COVID-19, many of them announcing that they are pulling coaches and scouts off the road until further notice. We've also been told by sources that some teams are canceling top 30 visits. Some draft prospects right now are caught in between. Take LSU tackle Sadiq Charles. He was on a plane to Philadelphia this afternoon when the Eagles announced that they are closing their training facility indefinitely starting tomorrow. Charles was checked in with by the Eagles before he got on the plane to make sure that he was comfortable, but his dinner is now off. He's going to make a brief stop there tomorrow and then take an early flight out of town. All this occurs also while NFL players continue to vote on the proposed collective bargaining agreement. A memo went out from the union earlier today to agents encouraging them to get their clients to exercise their right to vote. We also heard from Saints punter Thomas Morstead. He's a member of the NFLPA Executive Committee, making his pitch for why this deal that has been proposed makes sense for players right now, referencing current events and saying, if we turn this deal down, I believe we will pay for it down the road.
Tom, thank you. Now to Mike Garafolo. Mike, the coronavirus hits. It's peaking right now, right before the new league year is set to begin. What does this mean for free agency?
It means as of right now, Scott, everything is on track with the league saying they have no plans to push back the start of free agency. And the thought process there is that a lot of things can be done remotely. It's not like you're bringing people together in the same place. Now, there are some functional things that might have to be altered and worked around, such as some player visits or physicals. But the other thought is that if business can be conducted, why not just continue to conduct business and not disrupt it? And I do get the sense from fans that they're going to want their NFL fix next week. And really, right now, as you laid it out, no other sports are going to be able to go on right now. So pretty much the NFL might be the only show in town if the plan continues as it is planned out right now. And I say if because there's still some team executives that I'm speaking to around the league who believe that reporting about multi-million-dollar contracts in the middle of this situation might be, as one put it, quote, tone deaf. Another one saying, if we're going to go out now and talk to agents about incentives on deal, we don't feel like doing that right now because it's a serious situation outside of football. So the communication will continue, but as of right now, the plan is for the league year to start the middle of next week.
No, you're right, Mike. And there's certainly some circumstances that have been altered over the course of the past 24 hours. One of those actually involved the NFL office. They sent a memo to all workers in the several branches of the NFL offices saying that any non-essential personnel would be encouraged to work from home. In fact, not encouraged, that they had to work from home, essentially taking the NFL into homes, working remotely now, just to, out of an abundance of caution, to try to stop the spread of this virus.
That's the latest from Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero, Mike Garafolo, who I will point out all have cameras in their homes to inform us about the latest going on in pro football. Gentlemen, thank you. Well, the players are certainly following the current events like you and I. Tyrann Mathieu tweeting out, shout out to all the nurses and doctors around the world. Saquon Barkley adding, it's getting wicked out here. And J.J. Watt tweeting, these are truly wild times. We'll have more on the coronavirus and how it is impacting the NFL later on NFL Total Access. But still to come, we have actual football. This is Justin Herbert on the field as we speak at Oregon's Pro Day, the potential top 10 quarterback selection.